I remember we had the Spawn. I had that one. You remember Spawn when it first came out?
Yeah, like
That's,
that was like '93, right? The joint that Todd McFarlane did, right? I mean,
yep.
yeah, I had that joint. Word. Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
Well,
yo, like
welcome back to PoPoltitckin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Right now we're live on YouTube. Check me out on Spotify and Apple. 1212 place to be with Tokyo Cigar. How you doing?
what up? What up? Peace, man. Peace.
Yeah, we was talking comic books, got lost in the sauce, huh?
There's a lot to get lost in, though. I mean, there's all them universes and the shit. I mean, word.
I'm gonna say what else about the comic book. So yeah, the Spawn, that was the main one. Then after that, they was telling me I know my homie was into the Walking Dead comic book. He said that was pretty big when they had the Walking Dead comic book.
Yeah, word. Like I've never read the comic book, but after the show dropped and stuff, though, I went back and I checked out this like a couple of issues and stuff, though. Then I found out like how big the comic book was and shit, though, too. You know what I mean? Because I didn't even know because I just heard about the show first. You know what I mean? Word.
Do you like you watch the Boondocks or anything?
Yo, honestly speaking, like Boondocks is one of those shows, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, yo, this is gonna sound fucked up. I've only seen like 2 episodes and shit, though. You know what I mean, it's like there's certain shows that I like like used to be The Wire, The Chappelle Show, and The Sopranos and shit, though, right? Those were shows that like, I felt so left out of and shit, though, because like for some reason I just never had a chance to like peep them out and shit, though. You know what I mean? I only just recently just finally watched The Wire. You know what I mean? Just like about 4 months ago and shit, though. You know what I mean? And like so I'm gonna go back and do the Sopranos, Chappelle Show, and then the Boondocks and shit, though, too. You know what I mean? Just catching up on shows that like I missed on the miss. You know what I mean?
I never watched Sopranos and The Wire either. Yeah, I never
Oh,
watched
word.
either.
I mean, like The Wire was dope.
No, I said I never
Yeah, The
watched
Wire
it.
was dope. Oh, what? Yo, like, if you have time and shit, you know what I'm saying? Just like, if you set the time apart just to watch it and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though it's like, it's mad, like, damn, you're like 20 years old now, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, but then if you watch it just like today, they did that shit like so well and shit, though, that it still resonates just like today, you know what I mean? The way that they wrote the shit, though, the way they filmed it, the character, like, you know what I mean? And just the overall story. It's like, it's almost like the way that they structured the story, they structured it around the streets, but it's almost like it gives you a heavy outlook just on life in general and like how things work. That's a brilliant show. It's like it took me a long time to finally watch it though, but it's so good that like even if you watch it like 10 years from now though, you'll still watch that shit like, okay, this is the shit. Know what I mean? What you said?
I was gonna tell you the same thing about the Boondocks because it's like once you watch it, they was prophesizing because that shit old, but all the stuff that happening is what's happening now. They was talking about, especially because they had this one skit where Riley called himself a rapper, but the rappers were wearing skirts and shit. You know what I'm saying? They be doing all that shit. But they was on it.
Oh wow.
But yeah, so where you from?
Well, like my folks is from like Nigeria and stuff though. So I grew up between like Nigeria, America, and then like also spent some time this out in like Europe and shit though too. You know what I mean? Just like my pops was up in the military area and stuff though, so we moved around a lot and shit. You know what I mean?
So how did you get involved with hip hop?
Oh shit! Like my pops like he actually had like because my pops used to be into shit though. You know what I'm saying? He used to be really into this like music and stuff though, right? You know what I mean? So like I remember like it actually was I was back in Nigeria and shit though, right? And he had this VHS tape. And the tape, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know how back in the days, like, cats would just be taping this, like, just like videos and shit, though. They'll have the tape. And it's just, you're just watching this shit and it's random shit, though, right? So this one day, I'm watching, like, a tape that he had, yo, and it was Aerosmith and Run DMC, the fucking Walk This Way joint, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I remember, like, I was so young, and, like, I remember, like, because it fucked my head up just to the point that, like, you know, all these years later, I still remember the way, like, it hit me. I remember like when I heard Run DMC just rhyming, I was like, yo, what are they doing? It sounds like they're talking, but they're not. Like, what is this? It's like I didn't even have no reference point and shit though, right? So like, but then like it was so back up in the day that like just like I didn't have like no other way to see like it was something else until I heard remember the Eric B and Rakim, the Paid in Full joint, but the joint with like the like with the Indian lady thing, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I heard that joint, and when I heard him say, I'm like thinking of a master plan, because ain't nothing but sweat inside my hand. So I was like, oh, this is like that other thing that they were doing. So that's when I kind of just found out about it and shit, though. I mean, but
So where did Tokyo Cigar come from?
man, I was high as fuck, man. You say I was smoking a lot and shit though, but it actually also came from remember that movie like Black and White? And Robert Downey Jr., Raekwon, Power, and like all them dudes and stuff though from like Woo and like Brooke Shields and like it was a weird movie with all kinds of different people that's up in the same flick, right? Yo, Mike Tyson was up in the movie too, right? So there was one point like where like at the end, Power was talking to Raekwon, and he said that like, yo, man, one day like there may be like a Japanese cigar because that was like Raekwon's name up in the movie, like cigar. You know what I'm saying? So he said like there may be a Japanese like cigar. And then like the next day, like I remember just smoking the shit though, you know what I'm saying? And the name Tokyo Cigar just popped in my head. Then I was like, fuck it, why not? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Word, and I got me running with it just like since then.
So what does it mean?
Oh, before I smoke a lot of Dutches and shit though, you know what I mean? So if you break the words down, it means Tokyo Cigar. You know what I mean?
Oh,
But then at the same time, it's like the Tokyo part. Well, that's actually like my alter ego and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because my name used to be Akira Parker and shit, you know what I'm saying? So Akira was half for anime and the Parker part was for Spider-Man. But I switched over to Tokyo Cigar, but that just means that like, you know what I mean? Tokyo Cigar, just like smoke, you know what I mean?
I was just about to say, I was like, you must be into anime with that name.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, shit like Akira, like, and the crazy thing was just like back in the days, like used to watch a lot of anime without even knowing it was, because back in the days we used to watch shit like Voltron, Speed Racer, and like all that shit though. And then like you look at it now, right now, I mean, and like you look at it now, and it's like, oh shit, that was Japanese shit. Now I mean, but like we just didn't know it was just cartoons and shit. Now I mean, what you say?
So where the cigar at right now? I don't see you smoking no cigar.
Oh shit. Well, yeah, I'm trying to say, man, I'm out here and shit though, like, you know what I'm saying, man. I'm trying to get a little bit of my grown man shit while I'm on my papers and shit though, know what I mean? But you know, but I still be rolling Dutches though, you know what I'm saying, just like with the best of them and shit though, know what I mean? But I just kind of like the weird thing was just like I first started smoking like papers and shit though. So I went from papers, then I learned how to roll a Philly, then I learned how to roll like Philly, the White Owl, the Garcia Vega, Optimo. And once I learned how to roll a Dutch, I maxed out. And then I went back to this shit though. I never learned how to roll a backward though. I mean, like all my peoples, I feel like if you learn how to roll a backward, that's like getting your master's degree in rolling blunts and shit though. I mean, the backwards.
Like, yeah, it's like too much work.
Word,
right? Water and scissors and all that shit.
I swear to God, right? That like you gotta make sure like you tear the joint out right, just so you don't get the vein in that shit. That shit is just like a science experiment. You know what I mean?
So you've been in Nigeria before?
Oh yeah. I'm saying like spend like a lot of time just like growing up there because like a lot of my younger years and stuff though was just like there and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I went from there to like Virginia in like came to Virginia in like 88 or some shit though. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And stayed in Virginia for like a couple of years and stuff though. You know what I'm saying? And then after that went back to Nigeria and shit though. But then after that I ended up going to boarding school in like Ireland and shit though. So I stayed in Ireland for 3 years and shit though too. You know what I mean?
Now I was gonna ask you what they be smoking on in Nigeria.
Oh shit. Word, I mean like same old shit, same shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, word, I mean, was just like universal because actually the first place
they doing it different. They smoke the same way.
Yeah. And I mean, like, because everything is pretty much like heads get influenced by what they see on TV and shit, though. I mean, so like it's just like it's the same thing. Yeah, thing over there and shit though too. Because the funny thing was like the first place I actually ever started smoking at was back in London and shit though with like my cousins and shit though. I mean, like we was chilling just like out there and shit though. Then the peoples they had like the fucking hash and shit though. I mean, so what we used to do out in like Europe and shit though is that they'll take the papers and shit though. They'll take a cigarette, right? Just dump the tobacco out and shit though, then get the hash and then just burn it in there and shit though, you know what I'm saying? And then just twist up and shit though. So like first time I smoked, it was like I thought it was alright because I was just like, oh, okay, this is what those rappers be talking about. This is what it feels like. But it just like hit me, but it wasn't like fully there yet. The second time I smoked though, yo, we hotboxed the whip. We smoked about like 4 spliffs or some shit though, but the dude he had the tape, man, and in the tape he had the fucking different songs from The Chronic and Doggy Style. Know what I mean? So like I ever remember the sequence, like when Dre Day was like playing, I was smoking, and then I heard the beat, and I'm like, and I heard the music high for the first time. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then the next track is after that was the fucking Shiznit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, with the hopping, popping, stopping like a rabbit. When I dig the Nina Russ, no, I got the habit. I lay back in the cut, retain myself. It's like I'm listening to it with the doom 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 doom, and I'm high. I'm just like, yo, it never sounded like this before, man. So if I smoke this shit, music is gonna sound like this. Yo, I signed my life away.
Like, it's over, huh? You like, this shit give me such powers?
Yo, I swear to God, Joe, that shit is like, it was done. Like, it was done after that. Now, I mean, you said, but.
So how would you describe your sound to people?
My sound is kind of like, I guess, like my life and stuff, though. I mean, because like, it's a lot of different like things and stuff, though, because it's just like, even on like Serenity, like, you had like a mix of really hard beats, but then at the same time, you had some jazzy type stuff though. And then like at the same time, you had some like, rock inspired stuff. It's just like, so I don't have like one particular sound. I don't pretty much have a sound. I kind of feel like I have a vibe. And then like whatever that the vibe just goes out to, it just kind of captures just like a particular vibe and shit though. But it's not one thing, but it's kind of, damn, shit. Yeah, it's kind of just like a vibe and stuff, though. I mean, I don't have a sound, I have a vibe and shit, though. I mean, because it can go in different directions. Because, like, because I like to make like, some smooth jazz shit, but then at the same time, just some dusty, rugged, BDP, heavy drums, ultramagnetic type style too, and stuff though too. So it's just whatever the situation calls for. You know what I mean?
Okay. And then you was talking about Serenity. That's your latest project.
Yeah. Word, like Serenity, like that was like actually something like it's a long fucking story behind that shit though. You say, I mean, what's like but it's a compilation joint and shit though, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like it's like a compilation joint. I worked on it for like about like some of the vocals and stuff though was from like a while back and shit though. Like some cases, like a few vocals were from like 10 years back, but they ripped it so much that it didn't even matter. Like you can listen to a verses just like today, and like it's like like if you hear like Abomatomically, Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses, that came out in 97. But if somebody spit that verse today, you'd still be like, God damn, I mean, that shit's crazy and shit, though. I mean, so I was lucky that I had a couple of verses from people that like kind of did that though. So I just kept it just up in the stash, kept on redoing the music and then reaching out to different people and stuff though. So the whole entire thing, it's like a compilation and shit though, right? It's like 20 tracks. I've got it's got like I rhyme on one track. It's got Iceberg Theory on one track. It's got Tragic Allies, which is Purpose, Paranorm, and ST Knack. It's got Rastar FC. It's got my homegirl Dove Vega, who like sang this one track that's just like a jazz track and stuff though. Like it's got the Capo. He did a project with it's like he did a project with K Def from like Real Live. It's also got this one crazy track called The Tribal Called Quest with my man Fatboy Sharif. Like Fatboy Sharif, he's doing this thing like crazy, just like right now and stuff though. And like he blessed like one of the tracks like on like the album and stuff though too. So like it's got him and like a bunch of different cats. It's also got Black Poet from like Screwball from out in Queensbridge and stuff though. Like he's on the track as well and stuff though too. You know what I mean? Just like and like I also did an entire album with Hellraiser from Sons of Man. So we've also got another track that's on the compilation as well too. You know what I mean?
So what's next for you?
Right now, I don't know. I mean, like, I got my Mega Man. Like, I do these series of like EPs called the Mega Man Theory, and I'm working on part 5. Just like right now. Well, it's actually done. I'm just about to start filming just like a couple of videos for it though. So I've got the Mega Man I've got the Mega Man Theory part 5 from the stoop to the stupa. Because I used to be out in Maryland and shit though, but then now I'm out here in like Colorado, standing up in the Rocky Mountains and all this shit though. Know what I mean? So I be going up to meditation stupa because I be doing like my meditation shit. So like, I mean, I called it from the stoop to the stupa. I mean, so that's the stuff that I come.
What is that?
Oh, like a stupa is like it's like it's almost like this shrine that like they built up in the mountains and stuff. Though they've got different ones just up around the area and stuff. Though it's like with like where Buddhist monks go to like meditate and stuff though and everything though. And like so they built up one that's up in the mountain and shit though. So I just like to walk up the mountain and then just go check that joint out and shit though. And then just go over there just to meditate. You know what I mean? Because the energy, I don't know, the energy out here in like Colorado, like when it comes to all that meditation stuff though, it's like it's really sharp and shit though, know what I mean? So I'll just be doing that and shit though, know what I mean? So I kind of just called the EP just that, because that's just what happens to be going on in life now, know what I mean? Where
And how do you meditate?
Shit, like I've been meditating for over like 10 years and stuff though. I've got different techniques and stuff though. And then like I feel like the techniques that like I do now and stuff though is like it's almost like stuff like, you know what I mean, just like elements of mindfulness and stuff though, you know what I'm saying, like being like real like in tune with like what's going on in like your like mental state and stuff though, you know what I'm saying. But I also like study like, you know what I mean, just like Stoic philosophy, right? That's just like Stoicism and stuff though, with people like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus. I think I got the book here, like Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. I never go nowhere without this book. I mean, I never go nowhere without this book and shit though. I mean, it's just like the sort of thing where it's just like
what you like about him? I got one of his books. What you like about him?
Shit, just the way like the fact that he was the Roman emperor, right? So he's like the most powerful motherfucker that's up in the world and shit though, right? But at the same time, if you read the book is him checking himself though. Like the book is him just like saying like, I can't be doing this, or I can't be thinking this. And like also like even the fact that like Epictetus, who was another Stoic philosopher who was crazy and stuff though, right? Marcus Aurelius is the emperor of Rome, and Epictetus used to be a slave. But Marcus Aurelius was like getting a lot of science from Epictetus and shit though. I mean, so I feel like it's a philosophy that like, if you can be like the emperor, but you can look at somebody who was a slave and be like, okay, this dude, he understands something, and you're willing to learn from somebody who was a slave when you yourself are like the emperor. That takes a different kind of mindset. Cause like, you know, cause some motherfuckers, they get a little bit good and then you can't tell them motherfuckers shit though. I mean, and then this is the emperor of fucking Rome, most powerful motherfucker. But then he was on some like, nah, that dude that was a slave, he was tuned in. So I'm gonna listen to him. So I'm gonna learn off of him too and shit though. I mean, that takes a certain kind of mindset. I mean,
well, I think I don't know who said it, but they said I guess like you like the person, like how somebody, they say like you go to a restaurant, how that person treat the waitress. Mm-hmm. That's how he really is. Like how he treat the waitress, like how you treat somebody at a low level. Yeah, that's how you gotta watch people, because that's how they really are. Like, yeah, everybody, they think you a high level and like they're gonna be nice to you, but how they treat the lower level people or just the regular folks, or the people that's down and out, like you said, the slaves, how you treat the slaves. So I feel like you're supposed to treat people how you want to be treated though. So that's my thing. Like you said, you can learn from anybody. Yeah. Anyway, so you can learn from anybody.
Nah, facts. See what I'm saying? I mean, because it's like, not everyone is going to have the same sort of experience and stuff though. So like you may know something and then you may be nice at something, but then there's somebody, maybe a kid out in, I don't know, Spain or fucking Ecuador or some shit though, that understands something since he lives over there that you're just not going to understand since you're not in that same sort of environment and stuff though. And at the same time, you're going to know something that he doesn't know and shit though. Know what I mean? So if y'all can just exchange like information and the both of y'all can learn, the both of y'all can grow, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, I'm saying word, know what I mean? Word, because it's a big ass world out here. I mean, like you can't know everything. It's a big ass world because even just like coming out here like Colorado, I'm seeing shit that I never even comprehended and shit though. And then people who just grew up here and shit though, to them is just the regular shit. But I'm coming from like somewhere else and shit though, and I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. And like, you know, so there's always just like a lot to learn from like everyone that's out there in the world and shit though. Know what I mean? Where
like what you seeing over there?
A lot of mountains and shit though. Know what I mean? Just like nature and shit though, because like, you know what I mean?
I'm from Mississippi, but I've been in California for like 20 years. So when I first got out of California, I was on the freeway and it was nighttime. So I just saw all these lights and all these colors. And I was like, man, this shit is tight. The dude was like, what? Oh, he's making fun of me. But I was like, that shit look tight to me because I ain't never saw that traffic like that out here. That should be cool. I was like, what is this?
Word, right now, I mean, and like to somebody else who's from there, like to them, it's nothing this shit though, you know what I'm saying? I mean, but then it's just like, because it's the same way, like if they went to like spots that you're used to and shit though, and then you're not, it'll be blowing their mind and shit though too, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's the dope thing about just going out there and seeing different things and shit though, know what I mean? Because it's a big ass world out there, know what I mean? There's a lot to learn and shit though. There's a lot of good shit, there's a lot of bullshit. I mean, sometimes there's good shit because there's bullshit, know what I mean? I mean, life is just funny in that sense, know what I mean? You say? Right.
So what motivates you to make music?
I don't know, man. I'm just people like certain people, they make music to be cool. I'm into music to the point it's not cool. I mean, like this shit is just like I just love music and shit though. I mean, it's just like I don't know, damn near the shit that like I wake up for in the morning and shit though. I mean, just hearing something because I don't know, because being raised off of like stuff like back in like in like 93 and shit though, right? Like my sister was like walking around, she kept on singing METHOD, man, MET. So I'm like, Method Man, what the fuck is a Method Man? And she's like, yo, you heard that Wu-Tang? I'm like, nah, what's Wu-Tang and shit though? So my other sister, rest in peace, that passed away and stuff though, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like her boyfriend used to be a DJ and stuff though. So he started singing that shit too. So I'm like, what's this Method Man everyone is talking about? So then my big sister, she taped the shit, sent it to me and shit, know what I mean? Fucked on there and like I pressed play. I remember how back in the days, like you try to record a song and you don't even get it from the beginning, so the song starts playing at a certain point. I still remember to this day the point that the record was playing from. So I pressed play. There was the blank shit. They just heard, "You got Ghostface Killer and METHO." Da, da, da. I remember I listened to that song for like 2.5 hours back to back. Just kept on rewinding that shit back to back. I'm just like, yo, what the fuck is this? I mean, the music just always used to have that sort of effect on me and shit, know what I mean? What I'm saying? So it's just something that like I just love, know what I mean? But
yeah, I would say, speaking of that, they said the government just sold that album. You know how that one dude had the album and he went to jail? They said the government just sold it today.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was like, man, that shit, I don't like it. I was like, I guess they said you can't use the album for commercial use till 2103. But I was like, man, that's crazy because we all gonna be dead by then. That's crazy.
Yeah, 88 years and shit.
Like we can't even listen to this shit. Like, come on, man.
I mean, I think they said that like now I may be fucking it up, but they said that the clause was for 88 years that you can't sell it. But I think if the person who owns it, if they just give that shit away, I mean, I think they can, but I don't know, because I feel that like, okay, like, because they said that like, I think that they bought it for more than 2 million, right? Now, I mean, so if you're gonna buy like something like that for like, let's say 3 million, right? So you obviously got the money, right? So money, that's not a thing to you and shit though, right? But if you're the one dude that like you bought it first, and I know that okay, that like you bought it first, you should be the only nigga that has that shit for the first like 30 days. Just like smoke to that shit, be on some like, okay, yo, I got this, it's me, boom. But maybe after 30 days, if you just put the music out there to like the people and shit though, for all the Wu fans, yo, you'll be the motherfucking man, yo. Like you will go down in history as being the motherfucking man, yo, cause it's on some like, cause Wu-Tang got fans like me, like niggas who's just obsessed with him and shit though. And then they got fans like that all over the world, right? So if you've got the Wu-Tang album and then you put it out, especially after people know about it, and then you bought it and then you're on some like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna rock this shit for like 2 or 3 months where I'm the only nigga that got it, right? And then after that, you just drop the joint, you just open up a website, here's the Wu-Tang album, take it for free, or you can just stream and listen to it, right? You know what I'm saying? You'll go down in history as being a motherfucking man, yo, because you'll be the motherfucker that like, you know what I mean? That like, you know, you bought the album for like 3 million and then you gave it to the people, you will be a legend, son. And plus you already got money. You already got money too. I mean, you know.
Now I'm thinking, I'm like, man, I wonder who got it, man. Because maybe like LeBron got that shit. He got the money. You know what I mean? Somebody made a post. It's called on this date in hip hop. So he was like, hopefully somebody for the culture got it. I wonder who got it. Because they ain't telling who got it, but I was like, hopefully it's somebody like that respected. Not that little dude that had it before. That was crazy.
Yeah, man, he was all kinds of fucked up and everything. And then he started beefing with Ghostface behind that shit though, too. You know what I mean? I was like, that shit was fucking ridiculous though. But I was talking to one of my peoples though, you know what I mean? Because I was jaw-locking because I felt somebody in the FBI niggas got that shit. Somebody dubbed that shit. Somebody burnt the CD just for themselves.
Somebody got it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like somebody is like, nah, yo, fuck that. Yo, I'm gonna burn this woo shit. So, yo, somebody listen to that shit right now. Nah, I mean, word you said, man.
I would say, what you think about Action Bronson?
Like I fuck with him, but when he started beefing with Ghost, it's like I was on some like, dude, chill, son. Know what I mean, but I definitely fuck with him though. Know what I mean, like I think that like he's one of the newer class of artists that's like dope and shit. Though, know what I mean, and like I really start fucking with him on the strength of that shit that he did with Alchemist and shit though, because Alchemist is just that dude that like I feel like, yeah, Alchemist is that dude and shit though. Know what I mean, so like it was just like when I heard that Rare Chandelier shit, that's what really put Bronson on like my radar and shit though. Know what I mean, but I'm not gonna front though. Ghostface, my favorite rapper of all time, so I'm riding with Ghost though. I'm always riding with Ghost and shit though. Know what I mean, to me, Ghost is like I feel like Ghost the greatest rapper of all time because Ghost is somebody that like. Ghost did like crazy criminal thug shit on Cuban Links, right? He was a master at that. He done made a song about growing up as a poor kid and everything, though, right? And loving his mom. So he mastered that. He made a fucking song about arguing with his watch. I mean, he made a song about arguing with his watch, and then he made another song about hanging out underwater with SpongeBob and some mermaids going to the mosque to go pray. And then he made a song about the sun. And the crazy thing is that through all these songs, it was always Ghost. It's like you could never, it was never corny. It was always Ghost and shit though. And to me, like Ghostface is the only person who can really do that though. Because I feel like if somebody like, because you got someone like Nas, who's who's a fucking incredible dude, one of the greatest storytellers of all time, one of the greatest rappers of all time. But if Nas was gonna do like if Nas was gonna do a song about arguing with his watch, niggas may look at that shit like, what the fuck are you doing, son? I mean, like it may not work. I mean, but at the same time, it might, because I don't know, because Nas made an ill song about shit going backwards and shit though. So Nas, he might.
They still get on him for that one song though. You remember he was like, Jesus died at age 33. That means one of my girls was 50. One going to you, the rest going. You remember that shit?
The one Mike question though.
What y'all smoke, kid? Yeah, people get on about that shit all the time.
Yeah, I mean, like it's some shit though. I mean, because I'm just like, I mean, and like Nas is good enough, like to do just like a lot of shit. But then even I remember on Hip Hop Is Dead when he tried to do that little detective shit though with the weird niggas was like, nah, son, chill, son.
I like that shit though. That shit was cool to me. Yeah.
I mean, like, cause like it was clever, but then I remember like the reaction that people had, and I was just like, okay, wow. But then you looked at the reaction that Ghost got off of doing his shit. And Ghost and like niggas was like, okay, Ghost just made a song about arguing with his watch. I remember the first time that I was listening to that shit, I'm like, what the fuck is he like? This nigga's arguing with about his watch, and then Raekwon was the watch, and then the watch is talking shit back to Ghostface and shit. I'm just like, he's just the illest dude of all time. I mean, like when I heard that shit, I was like, boom. I mean, like it's fucked up because that was supposed to be on the Bulletproof Wilds album and shit though, but then they couldn't clear the Barry White sample and shit though. Know what I mean? Back then, Barry White was hitting niggas in the neck. Know what I mean, you said. I mean, like there was like a lot of shit that I've listened to on like a DJ Clue tape, and I'd be like, yo, man, this shit about to be dope. But then the album will drop, and then they just won't have it. Then I'll find out that they couldn't clear the sample and shit though. Know what I mean? And with all that crazy shit, know what I mean, word, man.
So what's some of your interests outside of music?
Shit, like really into shit like meditations and shit though, but then I'm also like I also make this like films and stuff though. I mean, I love to film because all my videos and stuff though, I direct all my videos and stuff. So I do that, but I also do like short films. Like I was inspired by my favorite movie of all time is Kill Bill. But Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2, I kind of combined those as like one movie and shit, you know what I'm saying? That's my favorite movie of all time. So that was the thing that kind of inspired me and shit, though, know what I mean? Tarantino was just an incredible director and shit, though, know what I mean? And so, like, that got me into just, like, I don't know, studying the joint, though. So I started just filming just, like, my own videos and stuff, though, too. So I'm big in the filming. I actually just, like, did a commercial. I actually just filmed a commercial and stuff, though. It's like the Crestone clothing company and stuff, though, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, I just we had this like a model just come through just up in town and stuff though. So I was filming her and like, you know what I mean, just rocking these different outfits and stuff though too. So we're putting together a commercial for that. It's like right now and stuff though too. So that's something else that I spent a lot of time doing. And then like I asked you about the joint before and stuff though, you know what I mean? I love comic books though. Comic books is like, I actually made my own comic book and shit though too. It's actually on my Bandcamp page. It's called The Shadow's Face. It's a graphic like novel joint. I drew everything and shit though. I wrote the story. I drew it out and shit though. It's 86 pages and it's just right up on my Bandcamp stuff though. You know what I'm saying? I got the PDF to suck on it and shit though. You know what I mean? So comic books is something that like I just love. You know what I mean? Because like, you know, like I was a kid in like the 80s and shit though. So the 80s and 90s was just that era. Just when it came out, the comic books, cartoons, video games, and like all that stuff though. So I just grew up just in the mix of all that though. So comic books is definitely something that like, even though that I'm a grown ass man now, I mean, like I actually just got into a conversation with somebody just about this and stuff though this the other day. Even though that I'm a grown ass man now, you can still go through comic books and get like a lot of insights about life, even though the stories are real crazy, just out there and shit though, you know what I mean? Like certain characters can just teach you certain things about life and shit though, even though it's a wild superhero thing and shit though. Like I was talking to like somebody from around here and stuff though, because I just read the book Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl and stuff though, which was based on him being a Jew in the concentration camps, right? Now I mean, and like, because I'm more fascinated about things about people who go through, you know, concentration camps, prisoners of war, people who go through really fucked up things, but they're able just to make it through. I always like to read about them and find out like, okay, how are you able just to push through? So I was reading Man's Search for like Meaning and stuff though, and then he said that like in the concentration camps, to survive something like that, you need something just to motivate you just to keep on going and shit though. Cause like, you know what I mean? And like the crazy thing was that reading that, it made me think about this one issue of like Spider-Man, where I know that like you've seen the image about when Spider-Man, like his costume's all torn and then like a building fell on top of him and then he's just trying to lift this shit up and then the water's all dripping and shit though, right? I'm saying that issue with Spider-Man where like he was fighting someone and then like the joints fell on him and shit though, and then he was on some like, yo, I can't make it through. I can't make it through. But then he thought about Mary Jane and Aunt May, his wife and his aunt, and he's like on some like, they're depending on me, like they need me, and then that was his reason that he was able to just to make it through. And so it kind of reminded me about what Viktor Frankl was talking about when he was in the concentration camp. Just the thought about seeing his wife again, that gave him the strength to just not give up and shit though, because a lot of people gave up and like, you know, you can't really blame them because they're going through fucked up things. But he said like certain people, even he was talking about this one person and stuff though, I think like he was like a scientist or something like that though, and he had this one thing he was working on and he's like, yo dude, if you die here, nobody will be able to complete that thing the way that like you would. And then the guy was like, you know what, and that gave him the motherfucking strength just to really push through and stuff though, you know what I mean? So you can get all that stuff in like, you can see it in real life, or you can see it in comic books and shit though too, you know what I mean? And then just get the same sort of message and then be like, okay, boom. And then with it being a comic book, it sticks in your mind more and shit. It's just crazy and shit, you know what I mean? So even people like fucking Captain America, it's like you watch the fucking movie and shit though, right? Just knock this nigga down. Like Thanos already got out, so Thanos already got the gauntlet and everything, right? Slapped the shit out of Captain America, and then he fell, and then just looked up at Captain America's face, and like he's like, and he just got back up and shit though. I mean, it's almost like, okay, it's a hard day at the office, but this is what I do. This is what I do. And then you think back to the first Captain America flick when he was a skinny little kid. Niggas is throwing him up in the alley, but he getting back up. He's like, nah, this is what I do. I get back up. It's the same thing as like a movie like fucking Rocky 1. You know what I mean? Like Rocky, when like Apollo just whooping that nigga ass. Boom, boom, boom. But Rocky just kept on getting back. It's like, I know I can't win this fight, but I'm gonna get back up. This is just what I do. You know what I mean? Type shit. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Well, that's what shit. You know what I mean?
I don't like that Rocky shit though, because you know who basically Apollo Creed was? Muhammad Ali.
Oh, word, y'all?
Yeah, but I don't think they gave him this money for that. Yeah, you know that was Muhammad Ali. Who else would it have been?
Oh shit, okay. The character and everything, right? Okay.
Yeah, it was Muhammad Ali. Yeah, because I think Rocky was based off I think he saw like Chuck Wagner or somebody fighting one day. It was like some dude that Muhammad Ali beat him, but he made it closer than it supposed to be. And that's what Rocky was watching the fight. Sylvester Stallone was watching the fight. And that's where he got Rocky from.
Oh, okay. Word.
Yeah, they stay biting on stuff, man. They stay biting on stuff. All right, man. So shit, what would you like to say to your fans and supporters?
Yo, I mean, thank you for listening and shit though. Know what I mean? I mean, like, thank you for listening. I mean, like, you know what I mean? It's just like, hell, I'd be doing music anyway. So the fact that people give a fuck and shit, I mean, like that, like that's good, Nate. They know because it's just like, you know what I mean? Because the fact that if I can make some shit though, like somebody will just like listen to and then it inspires them just to make some other shit that somebody else will listen to, I play my part. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, you know what I mean? Because I'm just continuing on from like, Wu-Tang, Nas, Mobb Deep, Tribe Called Quest, Goody Mob, Outkast, all them dudes and shit though, you know what I mean? Dre, Snoop, anything that they gave me, like, MCA, DJ Quick, DFC, all that stuff though, you know what I mean? Like Tupac and all that stuff though, you know what I mean? I'm taking all that, making my music and stuff though, that hopefully like somebody else will pick up on like that, add on to the cycle and stuff though, and then we just keep the shit going, and then we just keep everything going, just going on and shit, you know what I mean? Word, you know what I mean?
What you know about MCA?
Oh, come on, yo. Straight up menace and shit, though. Compton's Most Wanted, son, I mean, yo. Like, music to drive by and all that stuff, though, I mean. Word, yo. Word. Like, yeah. I mean,
All right, all right, man. I want to say thanks for coming through politicking with me.
I'm no doubt, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, thank you for having me, you know what I mean? We're saying shit.
No doubt. You want to give me your social media, any shout outs?
Yeah, like, I'm at Tokyo Cigar on, like, Twitter, Instagram, like, you know what I mean, Facebook and everything though too. I've also got like my Bandcamp. If you want to check out where the majority of my music is at, I've got the Bandcamp joint and stuff. I've also got Gravity Academy Records on Bandcamp as well and stuff though too, and we've got the SoundCloud and everything too. You know what I mean? So I've got collaborations with August Fanon, who did joints with like Mock Hami, West Side Gun, like me and him, like we've got a whole project together. He actually just sent me a couple of more beats. That's like today. I recorded some crazy shit for him just like a couple of weeks ago and doing stuff though too. So we go under the group like Haircut Ambiance. So that's me and August Fanon. I also work with Odd Nosedom from Anycon and stuff though. So we've got the External Magnetic like mixtape that's out too. So I mean, Tokyo Cigar, just check out the music. Know what I mean? Like I love to make it, so hopefully you'll love to listen to it. Know what I mean? Look.